Hospital back rooms. The night shift. I worked in the radiology department in a hospital in Dallas, Texas for about 5 years clerical office before getting a promotion working in medicine. During these 5 years, I saw a lot of things, ranging from patients dying in the MRI scanners to patients having an X-ray for inserting a meat thermometer into where it shouldn't go. Nights always seemed the craziest. One time, a patient came in with armed police after an altercation which involved a knife in the middle of the city, and just so happened the person he had the altercation with was having an X-ray too. This caused a second altercation right in front of me. Chairs were thrown, a trash bin or two, and then wheelchair. So I have seen things, some funny, some stressful, some sad, and many pretty crazy. But this one night, something scary. I would start a night shift about at 6 square, then would work till 4:30 the next morning. This was the standard night shift for our department. We would usually do 3 nights in a row before doing 4 days off. After the second night, you were ready to sleep for a week. The strange thing was, this was my first night of the 3, so I was not at all tired. It started off normal. I arrived at the department, took over from the day staff, I logged into my PC. During this time, we usually would set up our phones to watch movies or the latest TV series, as there would be a lot of downtime between patients. The first few hours, nothing that interesting happened, just your average run-of-the-mill night in radiology. This hospital is the largest in Dallas. It's a teaching hospital, and it's pretty old, and the best way to get from A to B in this hospital is through what we call the tunnels or the catacombs. These consist of very dimly lit corridors, old abandoned rooms, tunnels, and other creepy, decrepit areas. The morgue is also found in these corridors, so it's not a nice place to be during the day, let alone the middle of the night. But it's the quickest way to get places if you are staff. There's always been rumors of strange things happening in these tunnels. Some people say they saw ghosts in old-fashioned porter uniforms, taking wheelchairs to pick up patients. Others say they have seen shadows following them from the corner of their eyes, but one person has claimed they were attacked by a person wearing an old nurse's uniform from the 60s era. This place is creepy, even at the best of times. But for me, never really fazed me. I've been down there hundreds of times before. The worst experience up to this point was having a sluice pipe drip human waste on my head. That in itself was a horror show. But tonight would be something different and maybe not even of this physical world. One night I had been watching the latest series during my downtime. Then a radiology technician came to take over and cover me for my break. I decided to go to the 4th floor where the sanctuary was located. On a night shift, it was one of the most peaceful places in the hospital. But to get there, I had to walk through the tunnels to reach the nearest elevator. I set off on my journey, which would usually take about 15 minutes. I scanned my key card on the main entrance to the tunnels, then proceeded to walk through. 2 minutes in, I started to feel like someone was walking behind me. It being a busy hospital, and basically the tunnels acted like the highway, I didn't think anything of it. Suddenly I heard panting like someone was trying to catch their breath after going for an intense run. I turned around to check and saw nothing. A bit strange, but thought it was nothing. Maybe just one of the pipes above my head creaking or a generator. So I carried on walking, but I kept feeling like someone or something was watching me and was walking behind me. Out of sheer confusion and fear, I missed my turn towards the elevators and found myself in a large section of the tunnels that I have never been before, littered with old stretchers, beds, hospital furniture, and equipment. Some of this stuff was over 50 years old, maybe older, just left to decay in a dark, smelly, decrepit, and dusty. This was starting to really creep me out, because in all of this confusion, I realized I was lost. It almost felt like I had fallen into the back rooms. Everything looked the same. I could feel a tightening in my chest and could feel the start of a panic attack. I remember clutching my chest and running down a corridor trying to find a signpost or something to tell me where I was. The sense that something was watching me got stronger. Suddenly I felt something hit my arm, almost like someone using a baseball bat. I remember falling to the ground, pulled myself across the floor towards the cold, dusty wall, and looked around frantically, trying to find an explanation to what the heck just hit me. Then something caught my eye. It was almost like a black mist with glowing red eyes. It was about 30 feet away from me, just hovering in the middle of the corridor. Was this the thing that had been stalking me the entire time? I got back up and sprinted. I ran down what it felt like 100 different corridors until I found a janitor. He asked me what was wrong, because I looked pale. But I couldn't get any words out. He then grabbed me by the arms with a firm grip and said, "Did you see it too?" That was the last time I ever stepped foot in the tunnels. To this day, I hear rumors of strange things. I'm not sure what I saw that night. Maybe I was tired, maybe I was stressed, maybe it was something. Why else would the janitor ask me if I had seen it too? What else is down there? Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. I won't be going. To find out, subscribe and follow for more.